Okay, I'm back. And I got a little dilemma on my hands here. Here's this 2004 Ford Escape. This is the second one I got. This is the one that's got the knocking connecting rod bearing.
Oh yeah, that doesn't sound good at all.
Okay, we're gonna turn this off. That's what I think. I haven't had it apart yet. So anyway, what I was gonna do here is I'm midway through swapping this out. I'm taking this out, and I've got the first Ford Escape that had a good engine in it. Mind you, you know, you look at the other engine, it was a leaker, and all the hoses look deteriorated. This looks like brand new, right? This has got a few more miles on it, you know, maybe 10,000 more miles on it. This got like 150,000 miles, 140, somewhere in there. The other one's got 129,000. But that one looks like it's driven hard and put away wet, you know. And the inside, once I got into the other one, I realized how how many deposits are inside the engine. It's just, you know, it's really bad. And, you know, like the PCV valve and the housing for under the PCV valve is just really caked with oil and deposits. And this one here is spotless. So, you know, I got this all disconnected. You know, I'm just at the point ready to swap them out. And then I'm thinking, what if it's just, you know, if I can take the pan off this one before I take it out and check and see if it's just, you know, maybe it's the connecting rod bearings. Maybe, you know, if it hasn't damaged the crank, maybe I can roll in some new bearings and then leave this one with the vehicle. You know, it's in so much better shape. Overall, you know, it's clean. You know, the oil that came out of it was clean, and the other one's just a disaster. You know, like I don't know if they ever changed the oil on that other one. It's just so caked up. So, you know, this is one of these things where you second guess yourself. You know, you think, okay, well, no, I'm going to do that, and then you think, oh, maybe I should check this one first. So, I mean, I could have saved myself a whole bunch of trouble, I guess, if I'd have, you know, just taken the pan off this one. But you know, the way I looked at it was I figured, oh, it's got to come out, you know, it's wrecked, you know. And I went ahead with the other one to get that ready. And now I'm at the point where I'm thinking, I'm going to check this. So that's what I'm about to do here. I've got myself set up. I've got a few tools, and I got her all ready. Got her all blocked up here. So I'm going to drop that pan off and check those bearings and see just how bad it is. Because, I mean, this engine, everything about this engine is just in so much better shape. You know, it's clean on the outside. All the hoses look good. You know, this was taken care of. This was probably garage stored, you know, babied. This one was babied until somebody, what they did here is, that's how I figure this knock happened, is the oil filter was loose. When I got it, after I started looking at it, the oil filter was loose. So someone changed the oil, they didn't tighten the filter. It leaked out when they were driving, and it started to knock. So, you know, it could be catastrophic. It could be a complete failure. It might just be that I can turn out, you know, turn a new bearing in place and go from there. So that's where we're headed. Okay. Wish me luck. Look how clean this engine is up in here. I mean, it's amazing to think that this is, you know, as well as the underside of this vehicle, and the shape this is in is unbelievable. I mean, it's like 17 years old and hardly a fleck of rust on it anywhere. It's amazing. Okay, so we got the oil pan off. Now I just got to take this plate off and the oil pump pickup. Okay, just bring this plate down. And we get our first look up inside. This one here looks hot. I think it got hot. I'm not sure, but it looks black. Okay, so that one there's our problem. I mean, they'd all have to be changed, but the question is now how much damage occurred when that knocked around. Those ones up there don't look discolored. And this one, see this one right here, Yeah, that's all. The cap is discolored. It's black. That got pretty hot. The other ones don't look bad at all, so maybe it's just the one. So let's get that off and take a look at it, see what we got. Okay, let's take that out. Let's see what we got. This one here. Oh, the rods, the bolts are still tight. That's a good sign. Okay, there's one. Okay, here comes the cap. See it there? Part way down. See it here? See, I can move it. That's what's left of it. Let's see if I can pick that out of there. I'm just going to take out the cap next to it. See what that looks like. These bolts were actually a little tighter than the one that had failed, so the heat had been getting to the one that had failed, I guess. Let's see here. Okay. Okay, I just pushed the piston up a little bit, and that loosened it. There we go. There's that bearing. That doesn't look too bad. What's the top look like? Oh, out it came. It's not distorted and overheated like the other one, so maybe it was just that one. That looks fine. Okay, so I've gone a little deeper here. I've taken another rod cap off. And you know, it's pretty contaminated. You know, the bearing's got a lot of damage on it. You can see here. The journal was marked up a bit too. The other thing I've done is I've looked in here, and this is the oil pickup, and you can see a lot of bits of aluminum, you know, in the suction strainer here. Now, I cleaned out the pan, but in the pan underneath, you can see here some of it on my fingers. This, see that there? You've got an aluminum colored sort of paste that's all through the oil. And it was quite heavy in the bottom of the pan, you know, probably, you know, that thick. And basically what it is, it's all this aluminum that's come off of these bearings and probably off the main bearings and whatever else in there. It could even have piston slap running against the side of the cylinder walls, you know, and it's just basically acting like a lapping compound. You know, there's a bit of a fine grit to it, and that's going through and that's tearing out the bearings. I could just roll in some new connecting rod bearings and think that it would work, but it's going to fail soon after. You know, it might get through a month, or, you know, if you're lucky, but this is the death throes of an engine when it gets that kind of contamination in it. So what I am going to do is I'm going to put in that other engine. I'll be showing you that. Nothing banging or clattering or knocking in the engine at all, as you can hear. But no, it's just, it would be wrong to put this in the condition it's in. And yeah, it's on the way out. Look at that stuff there, you see? Yeah, that's through everything. That's gone through every oil gallery in the engine. You know, I can't really feel a grit to it, but, you know, it's at a microscopic level that it wears out an engine, considering, you know, how fast an engine turns. So it'll just be tearing all these bearings out of it. So it's too far gone to put in and keep going. So, okay, let me show you that other engine. Okay, so here's the engine out of that first Ford Escape that I got. And it was a leaker. It was leaking all down through here, so I had taken off the oil pan and the timing cover and the valve covers. And what I've done here now, there'll be another video posted here soon showing how I did this, how I cleaned this up and put this back together with new gaskets and some silicone on it. Okay, so I got this together. This is what I'm going to use. And as you can see now in here, it's got quite a bit of, you know, sludge deposits and stuff like that. But this has been proven, you know, it was running, it wasn't smoking, nothing like that, so it's fine. So what I'm going to do when I put it together is I'm going to put some seafoam in the oil and run it for a while and see if I can get some of these deposits off, and do that maybe on a couple of oil changes, and see if we can get this cleaned up. But I think this is the superior one to go with. The oil that came out of this one was black, but it was didn't have any particles in it. It was good. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this one in. I'm going to take the other one out, disassemble it. I'll have a video of that. I'll show you all that coming apart. I'll show you what everything looks like. We'll look at all the bearings inside of there, and we'll see just how bad it was. And I'll show you a video of this one going into it and all the hookup, and that's all coming your way soon. Thanks for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.